I just gotta.
What's up, you guys? It is a beautiful VPR Thursday morning. Don't worry about if it's raining. We're bringing you the sunshine. It's your girl, Kiana the Goddess, and the one and only DJ FMI. We were just talking about how Staten Island, when it comes to hip hop, right, and representation, has been an untouched borough behind the scenes. So I want to delve more into that. Tell me about what you've been doing for VPR, for New York, for the city, for hip hop, for culture. YMG,
Damn.
YMVS.
Damn, VPL. We just jumping off the show straight into it. So me and
Facts.
Kiana was discussing a few things, just with just the hip hop sound in Staten Island and the scene. So long ago, I would say 2 years back, I started doing events under the name Winning Wednesdays, where I would get different venues and I wasn't charging any artists any fee to perform. So at that point, I knew to myself that hey, artists need a platform, especially artists being a Staten Island. You from Staten Island? Only thing we know out here is Wu Tang, and at the moment, CJ, and he blew up and did his thing, whatever. So I knew there was a bridge that needed to be filled, and with the platform that I had here at VPR, I was providing that on a global basis, but I wanted to make sure I did it on like a home team kind of thing. I'm from Brooklyn, but I lived most of my life in Staten Island, so here we are. Back to Winning Wednesday. So I would have artists perform, hit the stage for free. They would work on their craft. Of course, I would DJ, open up the show, and I seen how quickly it caught on, and it really became something different. And when I say different, I seen how the artists just became receptive and saying, "Hey, thank you for having a place for me to perform." And other people that came to the venues that I would go hosting it at, they would approach me on the side and be like, "Hey, we never seen like the young Staten Island acts have a place to do their music in a safe environment, and it's nice to watch them while coming for a drink." So they were building their fan base the same way I was building more connections with venues, more with certain promotions. So as we went on, I came across an individual, Big Breeze. I want to say shout out to him, of course. I want to give him his flowers while he's here at VPR. And he sat down. He's just like, hey, I also want to work with you on this, and I wanna build an entity and just create something that aligns along the visions of mine. And when I was speaking to him and hearing him, and he was pouring out his heart, and that's one thing with me. If I'm speaking to you and you're giving me your raw energy, I'll give you the same. We are humans before we do business, and I would like to do my business that way, not everybody else. So, with that being said, he created his Hit the Beat entity. So, I merged most of my fan base in the crowd that I had there with also the Hit the Beat. And we started to throw our event from day one. It was a hit. We already had this team that I was building up. And then now we're adding more because I have another collaborator, I have my partner, and we're running. You know what I mean? So it really ballooned to the point where here we are VPR. Now we are aligned with Def Jam, YMG, and YNVS. We have a few a few big opportunities that we've been handing out along all the artists that have been on tour with us for the last 2 years. We've been all over New York, every borough. We've went out of state, and we have a lot planned for the summer. Bigger stages, like the likes of Rolling Loud. So understand what we're achieving here, and shout out to Shampoo and 50 Rack for taking time out to just see what we've been working on and cultivating here for New York City and Staten Island, and giving us the opportunity to bring that to the world. So here
Absolutely.
we are, VPR.
I mean, it's a celebratory moment. Thank you so much, Kip Piles in the building.
Yeah,
It's so
the pals.
important. Kip Piles, right? We're going up. We have been at this thing for a long time, and it's so important when we connect right to the heart of even how we even met, right? FMI, which was
Yeah,
supporting independent artists, giving them a platform, giving them a safe platform. You said a key word that really spoke to my heart, because when we think about the hip hop culture now, we think about how rough it is and how dangerous of a
I get
game it is.
Kiana. I got stories for days, man. I've been on tour for 2 years, and I've seen a lot of faces. But I'm gonna let you finish. But we're gonna tap into it later. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say that's so important, and that really speaks to the core of the values. Schmack, what's up, my love? Of what is true to your heart and true to the passion and the core of what VPR is, right? What have we always represented? Kip Piles in the building. When we first started, like, he was doing his sets and everything, and I was like, you know what, FMI? We both know so many damn independent artists, right? And I don't want us to be that same commercial. Like, let's not get lost in that. Let's go to the love of what we have. He was like, say less. And that's it. We flipped and we only started playing independent artists, and we started getting submissions from around the world. Africa, New Guinea, okay, Germany. You understand me? Denmark. Like, it was no game.
Kiana,
And things just started rolling.
This is how real it is, VPR. So just to give you a taste of how far me and Kiana have come, I finished my event Saturday. I was DJing a club last Saturday, and I was tired. Normally I would go home and try to get some sleep, but my mind's always racing, thinking of other things in business. So I sit down in the living room, and this video pops up, and it really humbled me. It really humbled me. So I'm gonna bring it up here. It really humbled me, VPR. This was our first studio in St. James Place in Brooklyn, down the block from the Barclays, where Biggie was born. This is the block where Biggie was born, and we were starting VPR at Triple Vibes Radio in the basement, but we had industry executives tuning in. We had so many people just pouring out love, and it took all of that to get here now.
That's right. That's when we immediately connected with T Money through our platform. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we cultivated these relationships. And just like you were saying, the key words for me, you collaborating, right, with the right people, cultivating those partnerships, and really just helping to grow. And that's what it's all about. And yes, this was very, very humble beginnings. This was Notorious Big's. We were right on his block. You feel me?
That's a fact. So, what I mean? You got to walk before you can run. And we have a lot more work to do in this industry, me and Kiana. So I'm looking forward to all of it. And for all of you tuning in right now, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, because I met you along this this journey that I've been on.
Yeah, we are not nearly done. You hear me?
Not at all.
Thank you so much, hon. You were right, and we appreciate all the work that you have done and helped us with behind the scenes. Major love to you. Shout out to all our fans, the people that tune in week to week. Our boy Augustine from Argentina. I don't even know if he's on yet, but I know I always got to shout him out because he has been tuning in for years, all the way from Argentina, and showing love and sharing us out. I mean, we're in over 150 countries at this point. So, I
don't even know how much episodes we have at this point, if I'm being honest, Kiana.
It's hundreds. It's definitely hundreds. I would have to count it up. I'll do my data.
We have our guest in the building, but he is not unfamiliar to the platform, VPR. He has been here before. He has accomplished great things along his career, but why am I sitting here explaining the things that he's done? He's going to do a better job at that. Let's bring up Baby Paul BPZ in the building.
What's good? Peace to VPR Radio. Peace, Kiana the Goddess. Peace, DJ FMI. What's up with y'all, man?
Man, we are having a beautiful morning. Kiana, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling, on VPR, like no matter what is going on, I'm immediately feeling great, right? Because the energy that we bring is there, and Baby Paul understands that, because that's how we connected, right?
Absolutely. I want to do a quick disclaimer for the entire audience. DJ Mester Effects will be right behind me within the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
He had an appointment this morning, so he wants to tap in, right? But at least start the show so it's not late. You know what I mean?
No problem.
I was wondering, VPR. You joined and I was just like, I don't hear the second boop. I was waiting let the guest.
By the way, I got the ring light on. Is that too bright? Should I turn it off?
You see my shades? I look like I'm in a Diddy video, but no Diddy.
Maybe if
I can pull out the stunner shades too, man. Let me know if what's up. Oh, that's a little better. That's a little better.
Or you can position your camera where it's away from the light while it's on, so it gives you the light.
Okay.
right there.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's cool. There we go. Had to throw on my main source hat today. You know, show some support to my OG homies. Man, how y'all doing, man?
Doing great and feeling great. And you are doing phenomenal things. We were talking about like the time. You already know you have put in some heavy time into the hip hop game from some of the great Nas to AZ to now this collaborative thing that you're doing with the Untouchables Djs. So I want to get into that. But I definitely want to discuss your background, right?
Of course.
And to some of your current projects. Let's catch people up. For those that don't know Baby Paul, can we also start with why your name is Baby Paul? Is it because you're the baby face?
Black don't crack VPR.
I know.
If it's treated right.
I never fully got the opportunity to explain that. So I thank you, Kiana, for the consideration of bringing that question up. So I'll start off saying hello to everybody that's tuned into the sound of my voice. I go by the name of Baby Paul, aka BPZ. BPZ is the reinvention in the 2000s. I stole that from the legend E40. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the Ebonics king. Baby Paul became BPZ, you know, I'm like Fashizi Manizi, you know what I mean?
Right.
And by this cap, I was the first one to reinvent my name as a producer before Kanye West did Yeezy. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, soundbite. I came up with the name Baby Paul because I come from the 90s era hip hop. Shout out to my alma mater, the Beat Miners, DJ Evil D, Mr. Walt. You know, we all collectively started out producing artists like Black Moon, Smith & Wesson, Helter Skelter, a lot of the 90s era hip-hop coming out of Brooklyn, New York City. And Baby Paul, for me, was one inspired by one of my peers and mentors. We're in the same age group, but he came in the music industry before me, which is Large Professor of Main Source. You know what I'm saying? And his real name is Paul, just like me. But Paul is actually his middle name. His full name is William Paul Mitchell, but they call him Paul or Paulie. And my name is Paul Anthony Hendricks. So as I was starting out my career, I used to intern in a recording studio in Long Island City, New York, infamous recording studio named Power Play Studios, which is the recording studio that a lot of legendary hip hop records were made. You know, songs like Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em with R.B. and Rakim, early Coogee Rap stuff when he did the Wanted Dead or Alive album on Cold Chillin'. You know, it had songs like Streets of New York, Talk Like Sex. KRS-One did the original Blueprint album, you know, around that time frame. And Lost Professor was doing a lot of work with Eric B. and Rakim and Coogee Rap, you know, like getting his chops as far as paying his dues as an up-and-coming producer before the inception of Main Source. So for me, finding inspiration in him, I was an intern in the recording studio thanks to a DJ homie of mine by the name of Dr. Butcher, who was also a DJ with Coogee Rap along with DJ Polo. And I kind of adopted the name because, you know, Lost Professor was my first inspiration to say I want to make records, I want to produce. But aside from that, I always treated my artistry and my work as always staying fresh and new. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like an analogy to a newborn, you know? Baby Paul, meaning that 90s Baby Paul and 2024 Baby Paul, I'm always doing something new. I'm always challenging myself like a newborn baby just coming up in the world, just starting fresh, you know? So
I love that. Wow.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
trying,
you.
man.
Yeah.
I really thought about that, and I realized that my whole work is I'm kind of a chameleon. Even though I have somewhat of a signature sound, I always challenge myself, and I'm always trying to reinvent myself. So with that being said, it's like being a baby in the game, you know, like I'm always new, you know.
I love that.
Now that answered a lot of questions. You know,
it did.
I forgot the last venue that we were at together. I think we was in Brooklyn at the
art studio.
Yeah.
And
shout out Lisa Hendricks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Always. We have so much love for her.
No, that studio was also beautiful. The artwork that was there. We're talking about the same place when we were underneath the underpass in Williamsburg.
Yep. It was that going towards downtown, like Williamsburg, like
right there,
that area.
Beautiful venue. But now that answered a lot of questions because that was the last time I was in person.
Right.
With Baby Paul, man.
Yeah. You DJ'd that night too, right, Baby Paul?
Well, I know the first time I met, well, not met FMI, but saw FMI there, he was DJing.
He
And
was.
my partner DJ, Mr. Effects, he
Yeah.
got so excited seeing the gear. He was like, "Yo, can I play for a second?" He's just passionate about DJing, and FMI was so cordial, like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." So we
Yeah.
got on
Love is
for
love.
like 2-3
Love is
minutes
love.
and was just having fun with it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
then the next time I think I did see you, FMI, we actually did do a release event for a company called Pure Records, who I actually still work with, which I'll share later. He had an artist from Brooklyn up and coming at the time he was working with, and we DJ'd the release party. It was me and
That's
Effects.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was dope too.
VPR,
I
they
think
be
his name was
everywhere.
Luciano. The artist was like
Yeah,
Luciano, right?
Luciano.
I was trying to
Yeah.
remember.
Yes.
In my
Yo,
mind,
that album cover he had was so tough with
it
the wave on
was.
it. And that artwork
The
is
artwork
fire.
was beautiful.
Yeah, shout out to Luciano. I think he had some records with Premiere and a few other people like involved that were up and coming. It was dope. It was fun. We had a good time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a fact.
We always have a good time. And then I ran into you somewhere else. I'm trying to remember where we were.
Man.
So many
Tap in.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's just industry connections and reconnections. You know what I'm saying?
I know. A separation. I see your partner has slid in, but I think he's having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
I saw him walking around and moving around, and now I just see dead screen.
Yeah, give him a second to chime in. Give him a second to chime in.
When he does get settled, we'll bring him in. But tell us about some of your past work, some of your future work, and then we'll segue the Untouchables.
Taking it back, like I said, I started out with the Beat Miners, Evil D, Mr. Wall. That's my alma mater. That's my college. That's where I started. You know, we produced like Black Moon, Smith & Wesson, Helter Skelter, rest in peace, Sean Price. Fast forward a little bit past the late 90s into the 2000s. I got the honor to work with Nas on Stillmatic. I got to work with AZ on the Asiatic album. That was 2002, and that's when I got my first Grammy nomination as a music producer for a song with AZ and Nas called The Essence. That song was Grammy nominated that year, 2002. The category was Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group. We got beat out by Outkast, which was healthy competition, of course.
Damn.
So, you know, but I'm still honored because I'm probably one of the few producers that could say I have a Grammy nomination with Nas and AZ all on one record.
Right.
Like, I am one of the few that can say that.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a lot of producers they've worked with, but I can say I got a Grammy nominated record with both of them.
And then to lose to Outkast is almost like an honor, right? Because
yeah.
I would have met him in person.
One of the greatest. I never met them though. Yeah. But I will say, rest in peace to Rico Wade. Yeah, I haven't met them yet. Correct. But I want to say rest in peace to Rico Wade, one of the original producers of their foundation when they started Organized Noise, you know, speaking of Outkast.
You know, how do you wake up? VPR and counter. Check this. How do you wake up the next morning and be like, damn, I was Grammy nominated? My body.
Yo, that's a good question.
This music industry, you understand the work that we put in. Some people never know how far it will go because they quit. Kiana, you said this on your Facebook. You never know how close you are to it, and if you just give up. Now, Baby Paul, when you were creating this body of work, right? Did you sit down and be like, I know this is gonna make it to the Grammys? I knew.
You know, it's so funny. From then, and even when that happened, I didn't take the Grammy seriously. But here's a funny story. First, I'm gonna tell you about the record. Then I'm gonna tell you the other part in reference to the Grammy. So, in regards to that song being nominated that year, I didn't see it coming. I want to shout out my mentor, Damian Blyden. Oh, hold on. I think we lost him. Y'all there? Oh, there we go. All right, cool.
Yeah, because it's making a solo thing when you're talking. I got you. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. That scared me. I thought I lost you. No, but listen. Damian Blyden, who was the A&R of Motown Records at that time, he's the one who helped me get that song placed, and he submitted my song for the Grammy nomination for that year. And I still didn't know about it until I got a call from D Nice. Shout out to D Nice. He said, yo, your song is in the Grammy nomination categories for Best Rap Performance of Duo or Group. Because, you know, they announce it before the actual Grammys, and it goes online, and you get to see all the categories and all the nominations that are being considered. So as soon as he got wind of that, he brought it to my attention. And mind you, I didn't even go to the Grammys that year. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, you know, it was great to be nominated. I doubt I'm gonna win, and I just let it go. But I did get the plaque.
VPR. Oh, nah. VPR, people work their whole life to make you see one of these.
Yeah.
Not even in person. I got it on stream. I'm good with that. You know what I mean?
Right. So, but fast forward, so like in the last 2 years, some of my business associates who became members, they was like, "Yo, you need to become a member of the Grammy board." You know what I'm saying? And I learned the process, which means that you have to be recommended to become a member. It takes 2 recommendations from existing members. There's 2 types of memberships. There's the voting member, and then there's the general membership for like people who are behind the scenes, like label executives, A&Rs, artist managers. The voting members is only for the creators, like myself, a producer, an artist, a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
So thankfully, in the last year and a half, I've become officially a voting member of the Grammy board for the New York chapter. So now I can have a voice in
How you invoke
the
tenure.
process.
So when people
Yeah.
be sitting there complaining and be like, "Who's voting for?" You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now, somewhat notable. Don't come for my man. You feel me? Don't get crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I can honestly say I definitely made my presence felt, and I voted for the potential winners of this past year's Grammys. It was amazing experience to do that.
That is amazing. And shout out to
Yeah.
so many of our guests that have also been given that honor, like Lachi and like Derek Lindsay, the producer, right? Like we have had so many phenomenal guests, and we love to see the growth. And yeah, like I said today on Facebook, right? Don't stop. If you are pursuing your dream, it doesn't matter what other people are saying. Connect with the right people that vibe with you, right? That speak to you.
That's dope.
You thrive.
Very good point.
You know what I mean? Leave all those other people alone. The naysayers, they don't need to know what you're doing. You don't need to make your announcements. You make them here on VPR.
Yes, sir. Actually, this is the first interview I've actually announced that I'm a voting member. I've never mentioned it. So
As I said.
You're keeping it up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful. I know that Mr. Effects is still having some difficulties. I see him popping in and
I have
out.
a feeling because he's trying to probably do it from his phone. He needs Firefox to log in.
Yeah.
I should have forewarned him. I might send him a text real quick.
Oh yeah,
Why,
yeah.
so he knows.
I definitely want to have
our
him
time winds down, but
Yeah.
we'll speak up and we'll talk about your current projects.
Okay, for sure. Right now, I'm still honored to say I'm still working with Moni Love, female rap legend from the 80s to the 90s to now. You know what I'm saying?
I love her.
Originally of the native tongues.
Can I just say that to you, please, baby Paul? Can we make this happen? We both.
I would love
to. I love her. Can you get her over here, please? And
I'll be happy to ask her for sure. And the good thing is she has a new record coming this summer. It's called Show Love. And it's a conversation piece. It's a public service announcement to the culture, man. Because we all know, without being critics here and sound like haters on this show, there's a lot of females in hip hop that aren't always representing themselves in the highest light and are not always having the most credible conversations in their music. So with that being said, she's speaking on that aspect without casting any negative energy or pointing fingers or blaming anyone for what they're doing or what they sound like. Because of course, as everybody's an artist, it's a choice. You know what I mean? What you choose to talk about, what creative direction you choose with your artistry. But she's just talking about showing love and also speaking on the past generation and the new generation and just making sure there's less of a less separatism in the culture in terms of the creative direction, in terms of say you're old school, so you're not relevant. You know what I mean? We're trying to change that narrative. So
VPR overnight, I've become the old head managing all these damn artists. I'm at the label VPR. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the office. I'm DJing all these artists for like a whole year now. We've been on tour. I'm like, bro, I'm only 2 years older than y'all. They're like, yeah, you an old head. Back to the conversation. It is crazy how you get casted off now, man. But it's all right. I like it. It took a lot to get here. A lot of people don't get here.
But we know that We know
That video is classic.
there's a lot of ageism in hip hop, unfortunately.
Yes.
I love too
Yes.
when it comes to the female component of hip hop. It's like, and this is done in the male too, but it's like there can only be one, right? There can only be one queen. But why, right? Like if everyone is a queen collectively and
Correct.
appreciative of their own power and owns their own power, and then you can co-create with others, right? Like we were talking about these partnerships. You created this partnership with DJ Mr. FX. You created this partnership with Breeze, right? To get the whole hit the beat. And we created the partnership of VPR Radio.
VPR Radio, right.
Energy. I've never stopped your creative flow. I've never stopped anything that you're doing. You've never stopped my creative flow or anything that I've done. And we've worked together and made beautiful magic. So when people stop all that hate, right? That's why I can't wait to hear this record.
Kiana, also, just to put a stamp on that, all of this old gatekeeping ways that we've practiced in the music industry is clipped for that. In 2 years,
Speak on it, bro.
What we could do just for the island of what we did to be where we are now. And I watched Baby Paul over his span of his career. And there's never once he didn't say, oh, let me not teach you this. Let me not show you this. It's a difference. Gatekeeping is over with. I'm glad that we could push that forward. We have him in the building.
I had to bring him up before we lost him again, yo. I was like, let me just get him up here.
I was watching you pop in and out. I was getting worried. My brother.
Yeah, we here.
I was trying to tell him to use the Firefox browser.
Hold on. Pardon me. You know what I'm saying? Little shameless plug. I'm in the Disney building. Shout out to ABC. Shout out to all all the network. When I was walking around, I was trying to let y'all see the control studios and things like that. Shout out to all the major studios in New York City.
We couldn't see anything but fuzziness and you moving around.
Yeah, I think you were going to
tell him that.
Well, this is right here.
I was trying to tell him use the Firefox browser. But yeah.
Well, this is the edit. This is one of the edit rooms for ABC.
I love it. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring us in.
Yeah,
into the heart of it all. So let's jump in because we have just a handful of minutes left and we want to talk about the Untouchables Djs, how you guys came together, what you are creating. I know that you're doing these corporate events, right? You're doing private events, you're doing invite only. Let's get into it.
I'll let FX take it over.
So I basically started doing all mixtapes, doing the distributing.
I think his signal's cutting in and out.
Baby Paul, can you mute your mic too?
Okay, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, just don't move around.
Yeah,
don't move around though. Don't move around.
So I started off, I was a mixtape DJ. Started putting CDs in the street. But before that, I was also did a lot of park jams, brung in Cutmaster C. Salute to Cutmaster C. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Clue and all that. So my start is kind of like tricky because it swings in between that. Like distributing CDs, mixtapes, then also the DVD era. Shout out to French Montana. I started, moving his DVDs around and things like that. And then like around 2006, 2007, I started moving my own mixtapes and things like that. Leaders to the exclusives with my partner, DJ Teardrops. That's when we actually formed Untouchables. And that's when I came up with the idea as with Paul, him being a producer. I was just like, yo, we got the streets. You got the heat. Shout out to the heat makers because I remember when they was coming up and I was just like, it just makes sense. We just combine and just form Photron. BPZ got a little nervous, he got a little scared and things like that because of how I was getting music and things like that. So he was a little scared.
How
So
was you getting music? Hey, I'ma ask. How
I
was you
know,
getting
right?
music? What you was ripping it? You was lime wiring it, frost wiring it, sneaking in the studio,
Napster.
robbing engineer. See,
well,
baby Paul
I'm gonna
laughing
say
too
this.
hard.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Shout out to the person that was getting the food. Shout out to all the interns. Shout out to all the people. When they tell cats, well, the best way to get in the game is the intern. Well, you know what? People don't know how to treat the interns correctly. Hey, give me this and la 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 la. Yo, my iced tea is not cold and things like that. Gentlemen like me, honey, what you call it? You look that way. You look that way. I'm just going to snatch that and that's that. And we just gonna keep it funky. Here, hold that in your pocket.
VPO, we gonna keep it funky. I love it.
5-finger discount with a
You
tip.
feel me? We gonna be all right. Well, you ain't
Yeah,
see that. You heard?
we're gonna be cool because it's like, oh, this is what I was trying to. This is what I was trying to show y'all. See?
This is the executive VPR
Yeah.
tour right
So
now. I'm loving it.
Absolutely. You guys are getting the exclusive inside tour of ABC Disney Studios right now
yeah,
via DJ Mr. Effects. That's lit.
yeah, and that's the old Def Jam building right there. So this block right there, that building was very instrumental for me because I used to go up there. Shout out to my guy Steve LaBelle. Shout out to Femi and all that. So just went up there. When my whole block, because I'm from South Jamaica, Queens, it's been like my whole area got offices, and especially with Def Jam. When Bimmy got in there, shout out to my man Mook Diamond. Everybody got like little private offices. So when me, as a young cat, taking the train, yo, let me see my man Mook. Let me see my man. La, 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 la. Oh, what's going on, young staff? And I'm just grabbing all kinds of joints.
And
Yo,
hitting them on the streets with the mixtape exclusives.
yo,
Of course.
Mr. FX was outside getting it done by any means, and that's how you had to get it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Look where he is now, and the business is better. You don't got to take, you know what I mean? You don't got to walk past here, you know what I mean? Get busy when you get busy. Now it's nice
No,
to
I
meet you.
kind of
Let's do
like it.
business.
I kind of like the old way better.
You
I
know what?
really
See,
do.
when them seats and desist start coming in, you ain't gonna like the whole way no more.
No.
Do you
Go
do you know
ahead.
what I call what you do or what you did, what you accomplished? And this could be in regards to anything. I call it the gotcha bitch.
Yeah.
Whenever you could accomplish something like that, it's the gotcha bitch.
So also
Nobody got hurt.
Nope.
shout out to Miss Sylvia Loans. I want to give y'all a little inside scoop. So all the major labels was down with mixtapes and giving exclusives. We used to get phone calls, come up and get certain records. But the thing is, what happened is somewhere like around 2010 or 2009. So all the major labels like the entertainment and things like that, from movies to film, they did a contract with NYPD, and they formed a unit, the entertainment unit, which they always had, but they zeroed in on bootlegging. And what happened was they put mixtapes in the category of bootleg. So all the bootleg spots that also had mixtapes in there, it got, the lines got blurred. So when NYPD jumped out, they was jumping out on the DJs. I remember I was on Fulton and I dropped off like a stack of CDs, and guy was like, "Hey, you, come in." So I ain't stopped.
Yo,
Always the rebel,
but
you know. He
honestly,
said,
man,
nah.
right, man. Yo, his face VPR be saying two different things. So you know what I did, man? I ain't stopped, man. I
I ain't
had to
stopped.
go. Nah, but I remember when
That
the,
can I
the
just
title
say
changed.
that is also a gotcha, bitch.
You can hold them CDs, man. I could buy like 50 more of them right now, but like me, you ain't holding me. Now I remember when the game definitely changed and they started to make a pivot just to more hard sales and cutting down on the line wires, the frost wires, and we had to figure out how we gonna get it. When DJ Clue and Desert Storm and all of them was running the streets, there was a lot of big mixtape DJs out there running the streets. Gucci Man wouldn't have been as big as he was without all the mixtapes. It's like that.
I'm gonna tell you like this. So the people the whole thing with exclusives, it's not when you always want to beat technology, and what happens is to get exclusives, you got to get it when the artist actually record. See, back then, BP could relate because I also interned at Power Play Studio for like a week, 1 week. It didn't even last a week. All I just know is they wanted me to take a 2-inch reel to disc makers, right? No coffee, no nothing. You get there the best way you got there. So what I did was, the joint I had, I just took a little detour and we dubbed everything that was on a 2-inch reel. See, the thing is though, you have people like BPZ, they hold things and they be like, oh, this is the holy grail. I looked at it as
Opportunity.
we gonna get biz.
Gotcha, bitch.
And we gonna put it back.
You still gonna get what you got coming for you. Let me get it hot for you.
You know what I'm saying?
What I mean? I always tell rappers this. It's like the same way NBA has ESPN, NBA players wouldn't be as big if Stephen A is talking about them when they get off air. And just like these podcasters and everybody talking about their rap beef and who's doing this, it's like a 24-hour stream of you hearing the artist, you hearing the music, getting into the culture. Without the DJs doing that and getting the music to you in the clubs first, how you gonna see how you gonna see if it works? So it's like it works hand in hand. You know what I mean? Certain situations work out. I'm just glad that we have it here, and it shows where this gets you and how he translated that into a business years later. Looking at Baby Paul, how he translated that into a Grammy.
That's right.
Nomination. Like you can't make that up. That's hip hop.
That is
Yep.
hip-hop.
That is hip hop, VPR, and that's why you tune in. This is what you see here.
We can never ever forget that the DJ is a main element of hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations and much
Both of
love
you.
and accolades to all of you.
Yeah. They started cutting out the DJs like around 86, 88, like 86, 87 and things like that. When they start coming in with that, they used to the DJs used to be the ones that used to do the sound check and everything like that. And then I noticed that your favorite MCs, they started um excluding DJs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Diamond, you know, Diamond D. But he was the first original, no, yeah, Diamond. He was one of the original DJs for EPMD. And I saw how he was getting shuffled around and things like that. And like, even RIP to Mr. C. I started noticing that some of Big Daddy Kane shows, I ain't really see Mr. C too much. I saw Scoop and Scrap. Like at one point, they was giving more props to the dancers.
Well, and
You know
then
what I'm saying?
also
The dancers became the radio. They were the tastemakers. Remember when they was making stripper music?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it wasn't in a strip club, the strippers were choosing what's going to get played.
that's
There used to be a club called the Palladium, and I remember seeing
I remember the
OGC.
Palladium.
I remember seeing OGC doing a song, the Flim the Flounder Scope Scout. But I used to be like, yo, who's the DJ?
right. Well, that's the problem. And then we had the era of the popular DJ, right? Not because of your skill set, but because of who you know or how you connected or if you were on a television show. But we have to end very, very soon. So we definitely want to get to the heart of Untouchables Djs, what you guys are working on. Big things are Guan, obviously.
Wanting.
And then tell everybody where they can find you and what you have coming up next.
Okay, basically we got Executive Decision Part 2
Mm-hmm.
coming soon. I don't like to
Mm-hmm.
give dates because dates always, but it's coming very soon. Credible. Shout out to my guy. I'm just gonna give you one leak. Royal Flush. That's all I'm just gonna say. We're just gonna leave it like that. Um, more events coming soon to come. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So your boy right there, he can tell you a little bit more. I don't like to talk too much.
Well, for those who don't know, I'm gonna just let the audience here at VPR Radio know we actually have one volume out called Executive Decision. That was the first volume, distributed by Maverick Global Distribution. It features AZ, it features Royal Flush, a song, actually a remix of Royal Flush featuring Nori. Some new artists to discover throughout the market, and this next volume is going to have more surprises, including another Royal Flush record that's exclusive. Moni Love will be on there. Maybe can I mention the Lost Boys fam? Might as well. Yeah, Lost Boys fam. And the up and coming Queens female rapper Kaya.
Lord.
Yeah, Kaya Baby will be on
You
there.
know
So
what? You know what? You know what? You might as well keep
Kaya
your
baby too, Lord VPI. The man them to bring out the city or no? I don't know the big them city, the man them to do, you know. True yard man.
Just to give y'all a little history, right? And I always love to give history. So if y'all know about South Jamaica, see, I'm like Grandmaster Vic, Carrie Crates Farm, and things like that. You had Infinity Machine, Disco Twins, and things like that. So then you also have Rat and Monkey. Monkey is the father of G Money. G Money is the cousin of Kaya Baby. So that lineage, that's where Kaya Baby comes from. And shout out to frickin' Frack, one of the first Queens MCs that came out of duel that came out of Queens before Salt and Pepper.
it's
Lit.
true.
A little bit of your hip hop history here on VPR Radio. So let them know where they can find you guys. Thank you for these exclusives. I'm loving, loving, loving it. Moni Love, we need you here, my darling.
I'm gonna do my best to make that happen.
They've been outside VPI. I'm
Right?
underneath the glasses. I'm shocked. I'm hearing all these features. Don't let this fool you. I'm shocked. I'm like, these features, I'm like, you know what I mean? Kaya Baby, we interviewed, all these artists. Y'all been working. I'm hyped.
Yeah,
I'm hyped,
yeah,
VPR. All right, let y'all get
yeah,
y'all closing, man. I'm trying to look for that project, man.
yeah. Make sure you get Volume 1 that's out now. Volume 2 coming this summer.
Going to get it right now.
Yeah. Follow us on official _ Untouchables with an S DJs. Follow me at Baby Paul BPZ, and
You can follow me at DJ Mr. FX.
yep, all on Instagram.
IG on IG. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you can read the excerpt. The title of this also has their handles. Okay, so you guys can go right there. VPR Sits with Baby Paul PZ, DJ Mr. FX, and the official Untouchables Djs. So it makes them very, very easy to find. We appreciate you guys. What were you going to say?
Go ahead, FX.
FX?
Oh, also you could follow us on Mixcloud and SoundCloud. Well, I know for me, SoundCloud at DJ Mr. FX, Mixcloud at DJ Mr. FX. Put it up right
Mixcloud,
there.
Baby Paul
And
BPZ.
you see all the latest mixes that we have and things like that. So
Right.
Definitely.
And you notice everybody's branded. You know what I mean? DJ FMI, Kiana the Goddess, DJ Mr. FX, Baby Paul Peasy. It's easy to find everybody. All you got to do is Google.
Absolutely. And stay tuned for more events this summer. We'll be sharing announcements on flyers on Instagram and all that.
Great. Well, we can't wait to come in and capture some footage and have some fun with you guys and toast to the future and many more blessings. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank y'all for having us, man.
Thank you for that exclusive tour and the exclusive drops that you gave us.
My fellow DJs, man, y'all gonna be blessed, man. Y'all doing
beautiful work. Salute to you. Yeah, salute to you. We're gonna send you a DJ pack of some treats too, man. I got your email
over here. Spinning everywhere now. Yo.
Y'all buy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right,
So
y'all.
thanks.
Thanks for having us. Peace and
All right.
blessings.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
No
Yeah.
worries.
All good. You came in here and did what you had to do. So we
Facts.
good.
Facts. Go finish your meetings
All right,
and
y'all.
sign those deals. All right.
All right.
All right.
Later,
Later,
All right.
guys.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.
That was amazing. Another amazing episode in the books. I mean, really.
VPR, I am smiling underneath these shades. I can see from my cheekbones.
He
My
said,
cheekbones.
I'm shocked.
Man, it feels so good to see people, you've interviewed from the past and they're still doing
Yes.
what they love and they're hitting at a high level, they're hitting at a high clip.
Yep.
And we're all performing at the best of our abilities in each of our fields. And I love that with Kiana the Goddess, with Baby Paul, with DJ Mr. FX. It feels good, VPR, when you see the people you fuck with succeeding. So that's why I'm happy and smiling at it.
I agree.
And even y'all.
Yeah. I celebrate you all, I celebrate all your wins. So many continued blessings. Thank you for tuning in here today on VPR Radio and rocking with us. And we will see you next week. We have some great guests coming up, you guys. So stay tuned. It's just getting better and better.
Hey, and we got to bring Bixie back up here. Bixie, I know you're watching. Hey,
Facts.
we're going to get you back up. I know you hit us back up for that interview.
Yeah,
VPR, see y'all next Thursday. Boom. Shaba.